Imagine a creature that survives where others perish. A being that feeds on what no one else touches. A true master of survival. We're talking about the vulture, the bird that eats rotten meat and carries secrets beyond our understanding. What's inside this creature's stomach? What power does it hide? Get ready, because you're about to discover something that will change the way you see these birds forever. Today, we'll dive into the dark and fascinating world of vultures. These birds, often underestimated and even feared, are true survivors. They thrive in environments where other species wouldn't last a day. But what makes them so special? What's in a vulture's stomach that allows it to eat rotten meat without getting sick? And more importantly, how can this power teach us valuable lessons about life and death? Vultures are creatures that inhabit some of the most inhospitable places on the planet. From landfills to rural areas, these birds are always where death seems to prevail. But don't be mistaken, what appears to be an environment of despair is, in fact, a feast for vultures. They are nature's cleaners, responsible for maintaining balance in ecosystems that would otherwise be overrun by disease and decay. Vultures are necrophages by nature, meaning their diet consists almost exclusively of decomposing meat. But what seems repulsive to us is, in fact, a brilliant survival strategy. While other animals avoid carcasses out of fear of disease, vultures see them as a feast. They are nature's true garbage collectors, playing a crucial role in cleaning the environment. But how do they manage to eat rotten meat without suffering the consequences that we, humans, would face? The answer lies in the digestive system of these birds. The vulture's stomach is a true chemical fortress. It is extremely acidic, with a pH that can reach almost unimaginable levels. This acidity is so powerful that it can neutralize bacteria and toxins that would be fatal to most other animals. In other words, the vulture's stomach is a pathogen-destroying machine, allowing it to consume decomposing meat without getting sick. But it's not just the stomach acid that makes vultures such efficient eaters of rotten meat. They also possess specialized digestive enzymes that break down complex molecules, such as the proteins and fats found in decomposing carcasses. This means that while other animals avoid carcasses out of fear of disease, vultures digest them with ease, turning what would be a risk into a source of energy. And don't think vultures are passive eaters. They are extremely competitive when it comes to food. In areas where carcasses are scarce, vultures may gather in large groups, fighting over every piece of meat. This competition is so intense that vultures have developed strategies to eat as quickly as possible, ensuring they get the most food before other group members arrive. The vulture's stomach acid is a true marvel of nature. While the human stomach's pH ranges between 1.5 and 3.5, the vulture's can reach even lower levels, making it one of the most acidic in the animal kingdom. This extreme acidity is what allows vultures to consume decomposing meat without suffering the consequences that we, humans, would face. But how exactly does this work? When a vulture ingests rotten meat, it is immediately exposed to an extremely hostile environment. The hydrochloric acid in the vulture's stomach is so powerful that it can destroy bacteria like salmonella and botulism, which are deadly to most living beings. Additionally, the acid also neutralizes toxins produced by bacteria, such as botulinum toxin, one of the most poisonous substances known to man. Scientific studies have revealed that the vulture's stomach is so efficient that it can even destroy bacterial spores, which are resistant forms that some bacteria develop to survive in adverse conditions. This means that even if the meat is highly contaminated, the vulture can process it without risk. In other words, the vulture's stomach is a true disinfection plant. But the power of the vulture's stomach acid goes beyond simply destroying bacteria and toxins. It also plays a crucial role in digesting the proteins and fats present in decomposing carcasses. The acid breaks down these complex molecules into smaller parts, which can be easily absorbed by the vulture's intestines. This means that while other animals avoid carcasses out of fear of disease, vultures turn them into a rich source of nutrients. Vultures are much more than just eaters of rotten meat. They play a crucial role in maintaining the health of ecosystems. By consuming decomposing carcasses, vultures prevent the spread of diseases that could decimate other species. They are, in essence, nature's guardians, ensuring that the cycle of life and death remains in balance. Without vultures, the carcasses of dead animals would remain exposed for days, weeks, or even months, serving as breeding grounds for bacteria and insects that can transmit diseases. In areas where vultures have gone extinct or where their populations have drastically declined, there has been a significant increase in the incidence of diseases such as rabies and leptospirosis. This is because, without vultures, carcasses become infection hotspots, putting the health of humans and animals at risk. But the ecological role of vultures goes beyond simply cleaning the environment. They also help recycle nutrients, returning essential elements to the soil that were taken by other animals. When a vulture consumes a carcass, it is, in fact, transforming organic matter into nutrients that can be absorbed by plants, restarting the cycle of life. In other words, vultures are a fundamental piece in the web of life. And don't think vultures are limited to rural or wild areas. They are highly adaptable and can be found in urban areas, where they play an equally important role. In cities, vultures help control the population of rats and other animals that can transmit diseases, as well as clean up the carcasses of dead animals that would otherwise become a public health problem. In an increasingly urbanized world, vultures are more necessary than ever. Throughout history, vultures have been associated with myths and superstitions. In many cultures, they are seen as messengers of death or symbols of bad omens. But the truth is that these birds are much more than that. They are survivors, adapted to a world where death is just another part of life. And, in a way, they remind us that death is not the end, but a necessary transformation. However, the future of vultures is at risk. With the advance of urbanization and the loss of natural habitats, these birds face increasingly greater challenges. Pollution, accidental poisoning, and lack of food are threatening their populations. And if vultures disappear, the balance of the ecosystems they help maintain could be irreparably harmed. So, the next time you see a vulture soaring through the sky, remember the power this bird carries within. It's not just an eater of rotten meat, it's a guardian of nature, a survivor in a world full of challenges. And perhaps, just perhaps, we can learn something from it. After all, in a world where death and life are intrinsically linked, vultures show us that even what seems repugnant can have a greater purpose. If you enjoyed this dive into the dark and fascinating world of vultures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And leave in the comments what you thought about the power of the vulture. Did you ever imagine this bird had so much to teach us? Until next time, and remember, sometimes, it's in the darkest things that we find the most valuable lessons. This was another video from Curious Visions, where we explore the deepest mysteries of nature. Until next time, and don't forget, the world is full of secrets waiting to be discovered.